How much does the US fund foreign armies? Across northern Iraq, an Islamist militant group has been seizing territory while the country's armed forces have crumbled. The United States funded, trained, and armed that very same military that's been melting away. During the 8 years between invading Iraq in 2003 and withdrawing in 2011, US taxpayers spent around $23 billion on military assistance there. Iraqi taxpayers matched that number with $25 billion from their own national budget spent on defense. The US private sector has separately sold $3.4 billion of weapons to Iraq over the past decade. But that's a drop in the ocean compared to US public sector spending on the Iraq War, which a recent study from Brown University put at $1.7 trillion, with trillions more to be spent on coming years for veterans' care. Besides Iraq, there are several other major beneficiaries of US military assistance. Afghanistan, where an average of 8 civilians were killed every day last year, has received $48 billion in military assistance since 9/11. $31 billion during that same period has flowed to Israel, with troubled Egypt receiving about half that amount. Another neighbor to Israel and Iraq, Jordan, which is currently overwhelmed by 1 million+ refugees from Syria, got $300 million in US military assistance in 2012. That was equivalent to a quarter of its own national defense budget that year. Pakistan has taken in nearly $7 billion in military assistance from the US since 9/11, during a period in which some 20,000 Pakistanis have died in terrorist violence. In 2012, the last year for which we have records, more than $17 billion was sent to foreign militaries. But that's just a fraction of the $682 billion spent by the US on defense overall.